In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 reasons why I love Hoyas more than any other plant. If you are new here, my name is Rane. Hello, and welcome back if you already know me. I started collecting plants about 7 months ago, so I am definitely not an expert on Hoyas or any other plants. I'm still pretty new with the plants. I am also very new to YouTube. I only started doing this about maybe 4 months ago. So the 5 reasons that I picked are based off of my own experience and my own research that I've done. So these are definitely not the reasons to love Hoyas, they are my reasons. I've done my best to find accurate information for this video, but please do your own due diligence when watching any plant video on YouTube. I am sharing my opinion and I am doing this purely for fun. My hope is that if you are new to Hoya plants, that this video will help to spark your curiosity about this awesome genus. At this moment in time, I have 29 Hoyas, surviving Hoyas out of 31 that I've owned. If you have watched my plant hauls, you will have seen all of the Hoyas that I own except for one. I have one brand new one that I've added to my collection, and I'm going to show you that in this video. Let me know in the comments if you spot it, and let me know what you think. All right, here we go. Reason number 1. The leaves. They come in such a wide range of colors and shapes and sizes and even textures. They're called wax plants because the leaves have kind of a waxy feel to them. And one of my favorite parts of owning a Hoya is touching their leaves. So as you can see, this Hoya has rounder leaves. They're almost like a coin shape. This is my Hoya Matilde. And the other plant that I was holding is my Hoya retusa. So this one has really long, skinny leaves. And at the end, there are 2 lobes. It's difficult to see. I'll try to give you a close-up, but here, this one you can kind of see it's like split at the end. And this plant reminds me of a pine tree. They look like pine needles to me, but they don't come to a point at the end like the pine needles do. It's almost like a heart shape at the end. There, you see that? There's also a fin-shaped Hoya, like a fishtail or a mermaid's tail. So it flares out here in the middle, and then it comes to a really sharp point at the end. And the leaves grow out in pairs, so it makes it look like a mermaid tail. This is one of my Hoya polynuras. It is the elbow with the outer variegation. And this one happens to be sprouting 2 brand new little tiny leaves there. And I don't know about you guys, but I have never seen a curly plant before. A plant with curly leaves until I saw the Hoya compacta. This thing is so cute to me. It's one of my favorite plants. I think it is so unique. And this one has the white variegation on the edges there. It's so cute. Mine is still a baby. So once this grows out, it will start to trail, but that's probably going to take many years. It's okay because I love how it looks like this. It's the cutest thing ever. And the leaves can be short, like this Hoya curtisii. This one comes to a little point at the end. Or they can be long, like this Pandarata here. This one reminds me of bamboo. The leaves can have straight edges, like this one does. Or it can have wavy edges, like this one. There is a range of sizes as well. So here is my smallest leaf Hoya, my Engleriana, and this one is my largest leaf Hoya so far. I'm pretty sure there are Hoya leaves much larger than this out there in the world. But you can see the size difference. And as far as texture, here is my Hoya globulosa. And you can see that it has very dark green and very glossy leaves. And it's got the veinage, the 3D veinage on there. And these leaves are surprisingly fuzzy on the underside. It is so fuzzy. And here is another fuzzy Hoya. This one is almost velvety in texture. It actually reminds me of those little animal figurines. I had to look it up. They're called calico critters. The small bunnies and the woodland creatures that you see in the stores, it's that kind of fuzzy. And then there's my Ganungating, which has very matte leaves. And the veinage is internal, so it's just the color. It doesn't pop out like the globulosa. But then also this one has a woody stem. And so does my Hoya fitchii, which I have here. These two are the only two Hoyas I have with this woody stem so far. I am still on the hunt for Hoyas. I'm still collecting. Usually the Hoyas have a smooth green stem, or it might be fuzzy. This one's kind of fuzzy. And this is my Crimson Queen, so it also gets pink on the stems. But on this one, the stems are black. And I'm not sure what the species is of this one. I don't know if this is a Croniana black or if it's just a Lacunosa, but it's interesting. I love the different colors. And more on colors and patterns. So you saw my Albo Polyneura. I also have a green. So this one is just plain green. And it grew a new leaf. So that's why there's 3 on there. It started with a 2, so it looked like the mermaid tail. And it started growing a new stem, petiole, and 1 leaf came out instead of 2, but it's working on the second one. I also have a 3rd Polyneura, and this one is the inner variegated. And this one is the newest addition to my Hoya collection. This one is brand new, and it's got 6 leaves. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I love this plant so much. So I have 3 Hoya Polyneuras. There you go. The Hoya leaves can also change color in the sun. So if they get sun stressed, my Crimson Queen here will get like a purpley red color. You can kind of see that on the margins here. This one has some sun stress here. It's kind of a light pink color right now. And here is my Australis Lisa, and it's got very beautiful patterning on it. There, and it also does get sun-stressed leaves. This one has lost some of its color because of the location that it's in. It's not getting as much bright indirect light. And actually, I find that the Hoyas stress better when they get direct, like mottled direct sunlight. But I just love the patterns on this Hoya. And this one needs to be watered. So here is my Hoya Freckles, and as you can see, it has the tiny little spots, like freckles. So these leaves are a little bit lighter green, and there you go. Try to get that close up so you can see the little specks. And I feel like I cannot mention Hoyas without mentioning Splash. So here's my Hoya Matilde again, and this one has, I guess, a moderate splash on it, the white spots on it. And we take a look at I think this is a Lacunosa. This one, when I bought this, it did not have an ID, so I don't know the specific species of this. I think it's a Lacunosa, maybe a Croniana, I don't know. If anyone knows, let me know. But here, this one has one strand where the leaves have lots of splash, I guess. They're very silvery. If I can get this untangled. Let me see if I can capture this on the camera. There. So this one strand has all of these leaves that are very silver. The splash is covering most of the leaf versus some of these other ones here are very green with the splash on it. So that's pretty cool. And here is my Nova Ghost. So this one has very pale, ghostly looking leaves. So this one has the splash covering most of the leaf. This one needs to be watered too. And my last example for the leaves is my Hoya sigillatus. So you can see these are long and slender. They curve a little bit and they turn purple. So when they get sun stressed, the leaves will turn purple. This little baby one right here has kind of a purple tinge. Mine lost its purpliness because it wasn't getting strong enough light, but the little leaves are starting to come out purple. On to the second reason why I love Hoyas more than any other genus of plants, and it is because of the beautiful and fragrant flowers. So these flowers will grow out of a peduncle, one single peduncle, and then several flowers that come out of that single point. It kind of looks like an umbrella or a parasol. So this is an inflorescence because it has lots of flowers coming from one point, and this part that fans out is called an umbel. And this plant kind of has like a flat edge here, so they fan out like a little umbrella. But I've seen some Hoya flowers, they bloom in a circle. So it's like a ball of flowers coming off of the peduncle. I don't know which Hoyas do that. This is the only Hoya that has flowered for me so far, but it has flowered over and over this spring, and it's coming out with new peduncles all over the place. And these flowers will continuously grow out of the same ends, so you never want to deadhead like the peduncle part. The flowers, when they get old and start to wilt, they just kind of like naturally fall away themselves, and you don't have to cut anything. So I would not cut the flowers off. I would not deadhead these because I don't think they will grow back if you do that. And the interesting thing, the very interesting thing with the Hoyas is that every species will have different colors and different scents. So this one has a sweet honeysuckle smell, and my crimson carnosa back here, I've heard, has flowers that smell like chocolate. So I cannot wait for this thing to bloom for me. This particular Hoya is called grapes, and the reason why is because their flowers smell like grapes. I have not had the pleasure of smelling them yet. I cannot wait for this baby plant with only 3 leaves to grow out and bloom for me. I don't know how many years it's gonna take. 3, 5. But are you guys starting to see why I love to collect Hoya so much? So I don't have a lot of experience with the Hoya flowers yet, as you can see. So hopefully in the future, when my Hoya starts to mature and bloom, I can make a future video about the flowers at that point. So now on to number 3. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. This is the first time that I've done anything like this. Normally I do my plant chores videos and my plant haul videos, but I haven't been purchasing many plants lately because it's summer and it is so hot outside. It's like 100 degrees right now, and I don't really want to drive around town to pick up plants. So I decided to try something different this time. If you're enjoying it and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you on board. And if you would like to help support my endeavors, I do have an Etsy shop if you like graphic t-shirts like the one that I have on. These are unimpressed cats with houseplants in their pots. And I also do have regular unisex t-shirts. I love nature and animals, so a lot of my designs revolve around those things. I currently have a bestseller on Etsy. You can go check it out. And I'm going to give you guys a discount only for my plant people. You can type in plant love at checkout. And if you want to have a shout out in a future video, just let me know when you check out. Okay, so now on to number 3. Number 3 on my list is styling versatility. Hoyas are epiphytic plants, which means that they climb other trees and rocks. They live on trees or rocks. Most of them are vining, so they are able to use their tendrils to climb up, just like this one over here. When I first put this stick in here for this Hoya, let me show you the rest. The stick is very long. It goes all the way up. It's like 8 feet long. When I first put it into the pot for this plant, I did not have to attach it. I put the stick in, and overnight, by itself, the tendril wrapped around the stick. The Hoyas do have aerial roots. If they are in a very humid environment, their aerial roots help them to absorb moisture and nutrients from the air. So these aerial roots are very different from like philodendrons. The philodendrons have aerial roots that attach into the trees, and you'll see people using moss poles for philodendrons or even monsteras. and the roots will go into the soil or the whatever substrate they put into the moss pole, and that helps it to grow larger and the leaves get bigger that way. But that's not something you have to do with the Hoyas because these are actually vining and they will wrap around whatever it is they were growing on. So this Hoya looks very comfortable in this setup here. I think it feels very secure wrapped around this stick. It's growing lots of big leaves up this vine. And there are even two baby leaves coming out right there. And there are so many things that you could use. You could get so creative with the types of trellises that you use for Hoyas. I've seen people use circles. Those are very beautiful. I would love to have a circle trellis for some of my Hoyas. You can use like a piece of aluminum and just bend it into a U shape and use that as a trellis. I just found this stick in my backyard and then I let it dry out and I sprayed it with neem oil and just stuck it in the pot. So it was free, very easy, and I think it looks beautiful. And if you don't want to use a trellis for your Hoya, you don't have to because the vines will trail. You can let them trail. And let me show you an example of that. So here is one of my more mature Hoyas. I'm just letting it trail. I've got it on this countertop here and it looks so pretty. And of course, if you have like a macrame basket or something like this, you could hang them up like that and let them trail. That would be so cute. I am waiting for a plant that's gonna fit in here and I'm gonna hang it up here. I have a curtain rod, I will show you. I've got this curtain rod that goes all the way across here. And there's my Cebu blue I've got hanging. So I can't wait for one of my baby Hoyas to grow out so I can put it in that macrame hanger and then put it up on that curtain rod with my Cebu blue pothos. I've also seen people pin their plants to the wall, like if they have a vining plant, a pothos or something. And I'm pretty sure you could do the same with the Hoyas if you wanted to, if you don't want it on a trellis, but you just want to like pin it to the wall and see how far it'll go. That would be pretty fun. There are also some species of Hoya that are more shrub-like. So this is my Australis lisa. It's not a shrub-like Hoya, but it kind of looks like one right now. And I don't know which of the species are like that, but they would have a more like upright growth pattern. So as you can see, there are so many ways that you can style the different Hoyas. And if there are any Hoya people out there watching right now, and you have some unique ways of styling your Hoyas, please let us know down in the comments below. So I Googled it, and actually, the shooting star Hoya is a shrub-like Hoya. And I used to own that one, but it's one of the ones that died on me. So unfortunately, I do not have a shrub-like Hoya right now, but I do plan on getting another one when I find another listing for it. But anyways, let's go on to number 4. So the fourth reason that I love Hoyas more than any other plants is because they are easy to take care of. I love that these things are pretty much drought tolerant. I happen to be an underwaterer and I do have a lot of plants. I have over 100 plants. So I don't always get to watering every single plant on time. And when it comes to the Hoyas, like they're very forgiving when it comes to that. There are times where I have seen the soil get so dry that it shrivels up into a rock. And the Hoya is fine. Like this one, the Crimson Queen, does really well. And my Australis Lisa, that one I think I've only watered twice since I bought it. And when I showed it to you earlier in the clip, it was bone dry. Like I did not realize that it had dried to that point. And it was fine. It had lost a couple of leaves, like at the ground level of the plant. But other than that, like I could not tell that the plant was thirsty. And it probably has something to do with these succulent-like leaves that they have. So these are not true succulents, but their leaves do store a lot of moisture. But still, I do not recommend going for long periods without watering them because you might stunt their growth. And I have had a couple of Hoyas come out with deformed leaves, and it might be because they were either dehydrated or didn't have enough nutrients. And my Hoya curtisii, when that started drying out, I noticed that the leaves started puckering, and I'm not sure if it's ever going to recover from that. So even though they can go without frequent watering, and actually you don't want to overwater them because they can get root rot pretty easily, I think, I would still try to stay on top of watering them like as soon as it gets dry. But I have heard that in the winter you want to water them much less because that can help them to flower in the spring. Stressing the plant out every once in a while helps them to bloom. But every Hoya is different, so I'm pretty sure that my Hoya Mathilde could probably go longer without water than my Hoya retusa, just because of the shape of the leaves. So probably the rounder and thicker the leaves, the better they are at holding in moisture. But also something very interesting is the carnosa. So this is a carnosa crimson queen. My Nova Ghost is also a carnosa. Those plants are special. They're different from the other Hoyas. So these are cam plants. So they can use cam photosynthesis, and that's an adaptation that helps them conserve more water. So these are more drought tolerant than the other Hoyas are. And there have been times when the soil of this plant got so dry, bone dry, and the plant, I mean, I could not tell the difference. It was plump as ever. But something like on this plant, I will start to notice, like some people say you can do a taco test, like if the leaf is not hard and it bends easily, then it's starting to dehydrate and you want to water it. But with the carnosa, like I never noticed anything. Like it didn't get softer, it didn't change, it didn't yellow, it didn't drop leaves. It's great. So this is probably one of the easiest Hoyas to take care of. So that's the first reason why I think Hoyas are easy care plants. The second reason is because they like to be root bound. So the pots don't need to be very big. You can keep them in a smaller pot, and you could probably keep it in that pot for years, like many, many years, before you have to size up. So you don't have to worry about constantly repotting it as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, like you would with a monstera. You don't have to worry about giving it a stake. If you don't want to give it a trellis, you don't have to. You can just set it and leave it. You also don't have to constantly prune them. So something like a pothos, those grow so fast. You have to always prune the leaves, cutting the vines, because it'll just like grow until it reaches the ground and then keep growing. But with these, they're a little bit slower growing. And also, it's not like an alocasia where like the outer leaves will start to brown and die off, and then you have to like peel them off, or like an anthurium, I think those kind of do that. So you have to constantly like take the dead leaves off. Like these don't have that problem in my experience so far. And the fact that they're in a smaller pot and they pretty much stay small like this makes it so manageable to me. So if I lived like in a small place, an apartment or condo, or like if I was a student in the dorms or something, and I wanted to have a plant, like this would be the perfect plant. Like I would choose a Hoya. So they're beautiful, they smell good. You can choose whichever one fits your aesthetic and style it how you want, and they're easy to take care of. That's four reasons. The last one, number five, I personally love that they are so easy to propagate. And if you don't know what that means, it just means that you can cut off part of the plants and grow a new plant. You can grow lots and lots of babies. But when you do that, you want to make sure you have at least one node. You cannot propagate these from the leaves alone. You need to have a node with the stem. And you can propagate it in water or in pond or in soil even. And some people use stratum. You could give them away as gifts if you want to. Some plant people like to have what they call insurance cuttings. In case the original mother plant dies, you have the backup. And you can even sell the cuttings. And actually, most of my Hoyas I bought from my neighbors. I bought their cuttings. So if you find that maybe your Hoya is very old and it has very, very long vines and you do want to prune it, you could propagate it and then you could sell it. Propagating my Hoyas is a really fun hobby for me. I'm not selling my cuttings yet. I might in the future, maybe, but it's not like a huge goal of mine because I actually really love my plants. I don't know if I would feel right letting them go. I think I would have to have like an overflow of Hoyas before I could start letting my little baby Hoyas go. So those are five reasons, but I just thought of one bonus reason, number six, and that is the community. There are so many people who collect Hoyas, and I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys, and it's so cool. Some of you guys own so many Hoyas, like hundreds of them. I think that's amazing. I aspire to be like you. And I love meeting my neighbors who sell their Hoyas on Facebook Marketplace. Like that has been so much fun for me. So those were my 5 main reasons plus one bonus. So let me know, have I missed anything? If you're a Hoya person, let me know what your #1 reason is for loving Hoyas as much as you do. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, enjoy your plants.